Oh man, listen to me. This is Coach D, y'all, your number one endurance leadership coach. Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? I'm over here thinking about how we got a lot of talented people. We got a lot of people who are gifted, but their gifts are getting them to places that they really can't sustain. They can't maintain that their presence in that room. I want to suggest to you this right here. If you're called to be the first, then discipline ain't optional. It's the assignment. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you're called to be the first, then discipline, it ain't optional, man. It is the assignment. Again, welcome to Real Talk Tuesday, where we talk about what we as leaders go through, but more importantly, we talk about how we can actually continue to stack those wins despite what we go through. There's no fluff, baby. Here we go. So what I want you to do before we even get started, man, go ahead and tag in one of your brothers, man, and let them know, man, you got to be listening in to this right here, this Real Talk Tuesday. Because when I think about a lot of things that makes a champion, one thing that's non-negotiable is discipline. There's no shortcuts, man, to creating champions. And we ain't just talking about champions in whatever sports you play. We talking about champions in life. We talking about champions in relationships, champions in your family, champions in your community. That's what we talking about. There's no shortcuts. Straight discipline. Now let me say this, because I think I'll be remiss if I did not mention the sponsor of the week. Our sponsor of the week, this episode right here, is brought to you by none other than Genco Federal Credit Union. Neil, I want to tell you, thank you, sir. Neil Ling, thank you so much for your generous contribution to what we do. We can't do these things with our young kings without you. So definitely appreciate you, sir. If you guys get an opportunity, you're looking for a bank, you're looking for a place to be able to store your money, grow your money, I promise you, you can't go wrong with Genco Federal Credit Union. So definitely hit my guy up, Neil Lynn, over in on Valley Mills here in Waco, Texas. All right. So without further ado, let me say this. Everybody loves a spotlight, right? I can't really think of too many people that don't really like their name, being mentioned, or them, being praised and whatnot. That's the spotlight, right? Everybody loves a spotlight, but few people are built to carry the weight of greatness that comes with being in the spotlight. Few people are built for that, man. Few, very, very few. People may say they built for it, but truth of the matter, when stuff hits the fan and when they really are called on, when all that pressure is on them, man, you see so many people collapse. And I'm about to show you a story of that too. I want you to tap in, man, because this is one of the young men that I have been following for, from a distance. I have been following him. I've been watching his career. I see him like carrying these, carrying the rock, man, and stacking up these yards and getting these different wins and whatnot. But I want to share with you exactly what I'm talking about. Not everybody's built for greatness. I know it may sound like I'm dissing him, but I'm not. I'm saying, like, where he is currently, he's not built to sustain that greatness. There's some things that still needs to be worked, right, in order for it to happen. But anyhow, everybody, they love the spotlight, but they're not built to carry the weight of greatness and the work it takes to earn it. See, when you're the first in your family, this is the part I want you to really catch. When you're the first in your family to walk this path, I promise you, man, there's no blueprint. Like there's no handouts. There's no safety net. It's just obstacles, it's pressure, and it's demands when you're the first in your family to do a thing. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all are the first to go off to college. Some of y'all are the first to make it to collegiate, sports, to start, to get a scholarship. Some of y'all are the first to actually get to get your high school diploma, let alone go to college, right? Some of y'all are the first to actually have scouts from the pro level looking at you in your family. And you have the opportunity to be able to try out. Some of y'all are the first. Some of y'all are the first to actually make it to the pro league. And I want to speak to you, man, for a minute, because as you know, there's no blueprint. Like, you don't have anybody that you can go to in your family and say, hey, man, can you show me the way? How do I get to this spot that I'm trying to get to? So with that comes a lot of pressure, right? With that comes no handouts. With that comes no safety net. But still, listen to what I'm about to say. There's still no excuses to be made. Like, you cannot make excuses. If you are built to be the first in your family for whatever it is, we can't make excuses. So you can't sit up here and say, well, no, I ain't gonna go to workouts this time because, man, I just don't feel like it. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't say, well, no, man, you know what? I'm not gonna work on my eating habits, man. Like, I ain't really, like, I just feel like doing whatever I want to do. You can't do that, right? Now I'm not gonna work on my social skills. I'm not gonna work on my relationship skills or anything like that. You cannot afford to do that. Why? Because you're the first. And if you don't get it right, guess what? It's a good chance that you end up messing it up for the people that are coming behind you, right? You're the first. So what I want you to think about, man, as an athlete, you already know how to compete. I'm not talking about necessarily whatever your skill set is in the sport that you play. I ain't talking about that, man. Okay, you good with football. Cool. Okay, you can run the rock. All right, you got really good footwork. I get it. You got hands like nobody else. You don't listen, you don't even need gloves. Listen, man, you got hands. I get it. But just because you got hands, just because you got good footwork, because you can run the rock, that don't mean anything when it comes down to life. Because at one point in time, you're going to have to hang up those cleats. And even while you playing ball, listen, there's going to be some opportunities you come against that if you ain't been practicing discipline, if you've been cutting corners, oh yeah, you're gonna get sidelined real quick. You're gonna get sidelined. I've seen it, man. I'm here in Waco, Baylor Nation. I've seen it, man, to where football players who are doing that thing, man, they end up getting caught up in these sexual allegations, these rape allegations. And now not only did they go down, but then the coach goes down. Art Browse, he goes down. The AD, he goes down. Right, the football program at large, it goes down. Baylor, the Baylor reputation, it's blemished. Right? Why? Because you had somebody who was talking about being great that didn't allow themselves to be built up to carry the weight of that greatness. Why? Because they cut corners. They thought football was good enough. They thought, well, no, at least I show up, man. I'm showing out when I get to practice, dog. Like, I'm in that weight room, man. I'm getting it in, boy. I'm getting in so much that I'm starting getting attention from everybody on campus, man. All the girls love me. I can have whatever I want. But they forgot one thing, that you still got to be able to function as a person, as a young man, as a young king. You still got to be able to function. As a leader, you still got to be able to function. And so football isn't all that it comes down to. But I know, man, when it comes to discipline, like, that's really a different kind of game. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's a different kind of game. One thing I love about the Marine Corps, man, is that, like, they don't just teach you standards. They teach you to be the standard, right? And that's the part I want to drive home today. Like, you are the standard. And because you are the standard, you can't afford to compromise in anything that you do. But somebody said the way you do anything is the way you do everything. I truly subscribe to that, man. I truly subscribe to that. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. I know you probably thinking, well, no, man, it's just a little trash at the house. No, man, it's just my dorm room. Like, ain't nobody really. I mean, it's just a little bit of studying, man. Like, I ain't really got to do that assignment. I get somebody else to do my assignment. I get you. But there's gonna come a point in time when you ain't got somebody else to do that assignment for you, where you're gonna have to know the information. There's gonna come a point in time where you can't call on so-and-so to come in here and fix your problems. You're gonna have to learn how to solve those issues yourself. So you can't cut corners. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Listen to me, young king. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Yep, let that breathe for a moment. Let it breathe. But this is what I know, man. Discipline is what separates the flashy from the focused. You talking about being locked in, laser focused. Discipline, that's what it takes. Discipline. It separates the moment from the legacy. Some of y'all, man, you giving opportunity after opportunity. You got your moment. And because you lack discipline, what happens? It ended up slipping right through your fingers, that opportunity. You had it, man. You had it in the bag, bro. But discipline caused you to have holes in your bag, and now you're looking around like, dang, where'd it go? Yeah, you jacked it up because you didn't exercise discipline. Man, stay with me, for real, stay with me. I know if you're tired of starting over, listen to me. If you're tired of starting over, this is your wake-up call. No shortcuts, no compromise, man. Let's talk discipline. All right, let's talk discipline for real. Let me show you this real quick. Because, man, I was looking at this, and let me see if this thing will let me share. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, tell me if y'all can see this, man. Hopefully y'all can see this. Where we at? Nope. Hold on, I'm hitting the wrong button, y'all. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Can you see this right here? Can y'all see that? Talk to me in the chat, man. Can y'all see that? All right, bet. All right, here we go. All right, so this right here, man. This right here is a young man. I told you, I've been watching him, man. I've seen him like do his thing. His name is Quinshon Judkins. All right, Quinshon Judkins, and he was recently drafted by the Browns, man, for the running back position. And you can see it right here. It says Cleveland Browns rookie running back Quinshon Judkins was arrested Saturday afternoon in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Why, you might ask? Well, let's see. Reports indicate 2 charges are being made against Judkins: battery and domestic violence. Battery and domestic violence. It says that Quinshon Judkins was still in jail as of Saturday night and scheduled to have his initial court appearance Sunday morning, according to court records. And so it just talked about how he wrapped up a collegiate career, his collegiate career with the Buckeyes. They won a national championship along with his counterpart. He had another running back by the name of Travion Henderson. Awesome young man, you know what I'm saying? But he was doing his thing, y'all. But this is the thing I want you to catch. Now he ended up getting caught up with the laws. Why? Because of battery and because of domestic violence. What does that tell you, though? Like just looking at it, what does that tell you? It tells you that if it was battery that he was on, he got aggressive. And typically with aggression, that stems from anger, right? That stems from hurt. It stems from maybe wanting control. Domestic violence. Why was he getting violent? Because maybe there's a lack in communication skills, a lack in problem solving skills. So he's dealing with, I don't know, I'm going to assume that it's this girl. I haven't done a whole lot of digging in terms of who it was that he allegedly ended up battering or actually abusing, in terms of domestic violence. I don't know who it was, but I'm going to assume that was a girl, like maybe his girlfriend or whatever. If I got beef with my girl and all I know to do is just start yelling, that tells me, man, that I haven't been disciplined in my emotions. Like I'm letting my emotions dictate me instead of me dictate my emotions. You follow what I'm saying? And that's what I'm seeing, like with this young man. And so, although he did an amazing job and he was a national champion with the Ohio State Buckeyes, his football skills didn't translate to that personal relationship. So in other words, what I'm seeing is a lot of young people, especially young people. I'm seeing it with old people too, but I'm speaking to you, young king. I'm seeing a lot of young kings who are who are cutting corners, man, when it comes to other areas in their life. Like they're being selective in what they choose to be disciplined in. Like I'm choosing whatever I may be passionate about to be disciplined in that. Maybe it's gaming, maybe it's sports, maybe it's dancing, like whatever that may be. Like I'm being disciplined in that, but I'm forsaking being disciplined in these other areas. My communication skills, you got to know how to talk. My problem solving skills, your leadership skills. Whether you got a C on your chest or not, that doesn't matter. You're still a leader. Like you're called to influence somebody. Your leadership skills need to be worked on. Those social emotional The emotional regulation that needs to be put in check, because you got to know if you're going to be put in the spotlight and say you do have a C on your chest, man, you got a lot of responsibility that's just thrown in your lap. So there's going to be when the team is winning, they're going to probably give you the credit. When the team is losing, they're gonna give you all the flack. They're gonna give you all the smoke, and they're gonna be like, no, it's on you. Why did you let that happen? What can you say as a leader? Blah, 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 blah. And if you don't get your emotions under control, when you start to feel that pressure, you're gonna begin to collapse. You're gonna begin to crack, and then you're gonna collapse. And that's what I've seen so many times, man. So many times. Can I be honest with you? They say in my family, man, there's a such thing called a Thomas temper. You know what I'm saying? The Thomas temper. I'm like, what? But I know it to be true. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and hold you, right? They say that the Thomas temper, of course, it runs throughout the entire family, right? The Thomas temper. I'm like, man, y'all crazy. And anyway, I would see times where people would say a certain thing, and I would snap just like that. I would see times, man, where people would do something. Maybe they'll push a certain button, or maybe they'll actually like physically, touch me or step on my shoes or whatever it may be, and I'll see myself just blow up. I see when plans didn't go the way I wanted them to go. I'm like, all right, man, I planned this thing out. This is what I'm expecting to do. I'll see myself just blow up. The Thomas temper, y'all. The Thomas temper. But what's crazy is I didn't just see it in me. I saw it in my brother, Quincy. I didn't just see it in Quincy. I saw it in my daddy. I didn't just see it in my daddy. I saw it in my grandparents. Like, I seen it, man, all throughout the family. I seen it. The thing that made this thing so real to me in terms of not cutting corners and getting that under control is the moment when I saw my daddy take his last breath due to domestic violence. Him being on the losing end of domestic violence. That was my wake-up call. I'm like, bro, I need to get this together. Because Pops was 32 when he got killed. I said, man, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I let my emotions dictate me so much so to where I'm now in this dire situation. I'm in this unfortunate situation that I ain't got no way of getting out of. I don't want to be hemmed up by my emotions. And too many of us, what happens when we cut corners in terms of emotional regulation, what we're doing, we're allowing ourselves to get hemmed up by those emotions. I don't want that to be for you. When I think about this young man right here, Quinshawn, I'm like, I think he was hemmed up by his emotions, man. And he let his emotions dictate his actions, and he got to the point where now the laws got involved. And not only did the laws get involved, but now the organization, the Cleveland Browns organization, got involved. And if you over here trying to make a living off the thing you're really passionate about, but you let all your personal stuff carry over into your profession, Houston, we got problems, man. Exactly what's going on with Quinshawn right now. He's missing opportunities because he cut corners, not in football, but because he cut corners in his personal business. He cut corners. Don't let that be you. Listen to me, man. Don't let that be you. I wanna share this with you, man, because I feel like this would be helpful. So, and of course, we'll get to the affirmation, man. We will. I don't want to jump to the affirmation just yet, because there's another story that I want to share with you. I think this is like super, super important. Then we'll get to the affirmations and the King's Toolbox for sure. All right, but catch this one out. Watch this. This right here is a young man that, man, I was highly impressed, to see. Let me see here. Here it is. Check this out.
Victims and their families. But there may be another person who's just as passionate about our nation's first responders, and America met him earlier this year.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
In 2018, DJ Daniel was diagnosed with brain cancer and was given only 5 months to live. Years later, he continues to fight against the odds towards his dream of becoming a police officer. With the help of his dad, Otis, DJ is now an honorary guide, and his mission remains to spread his love of law enforcement across this country.
Well, DJ Theotis, thank you so much for taking time to sit down with me. You set out with a goal to be sworn into 1,000 law enforcement offices across the country. You have now achieved that goal. So tell me what that has been like.
It was pretty big. I was not expecting that. Based off my opinion, I'm a big inspiration for him. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not the one that's doing all the work. It's my dad. Mostly when he be driving all these hours, I'll be asleep.
Theotis, listen, you have an incredible son. Did you know he was going to turn out to be this special?
As a kid, he was quiet. Never really bothered nobody, off to himself and stuff like that, but he was always sweet all the time. But then after the cancer, after 13 brain surgeries, every time they go in your brain, your personality changed. So he's changed a total of 12 times.
Wow.
And so this is what you have in front of you, is what happened after 13 surgery, with the laughters, the jokes, and everything else. So I had to kind of like relearn him. But hey, they say the best for last, I guess, because he's doing one heck of a job. We had to take something bad and turn it into something good for the betterment of the people everywhere, because I had to figure out a way to take this and turn this bad day into a good day for somebody else, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other out, put our differences aside, which some folks can't seem to do that.
Well, DJ, what is it about law enforcement that you connected with, that you found so inspiring, that you wanted to achieve that goal of being sworn in over 1,000 times?
Well, it all started at George R. Brown. Me and my brothers were running back and forth to get snacks, and then these 3 officers stopped us and brought us to our dad, and he asked were we in trouble. And they said, can they take us upstairs, because they wanted to take us out of a nightmare, because they couldn't get back to their kids and take us upstairs for pizza.
So the police officers took you for pizza?
Me and my brothers.
Whenever you look around the country and you see that not everyone looks at law enforcement with the respect and admiration you do, what does that feel like to see that?
I do not like seeing it every day or hearing about it. Every time I hear about it, it makes me mad, and it makes me feel sad sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes when I be thinking about it in class, I be literally crying in the middle of class for no goddamn reason. Be crying like a little baby.
Wow. What would your message be to people out there who want to attack or demonize our law enforcement?
Stop being mean and stop the violence.
Theotis, we all, I think, met.
I'm gonna pause it right there, man. And if you have the opportunity, man, definitely finish taking a look at that, because what he says in here, first of all, this young man has had all these different surgeries along the years, and he was given a small window of opportunity to live. Like listen to what I'm saying. Like, he overcame so much, and he found himself as he was going through the things that he was going through, he found himself growing through those things. Why is it so important? Because in those experiences, this young man, he didn't cut corners. I know. He didn't cut corners, man. Like, he continued to push. He continued to encourage himself, to find strength and encouragement and motivation from different people, especially from his pops. Like, he continued to like lean in and believe that, no, you know what, man, I'm built for this. You know what, I can make this. And for so many of us, we get into those heated situations, those pressurized moments, and we find ourselves cracking under pressure. Why? Because we're not looking at the right thing. We're not disciplined to focus on what really matters. And what matters right now is that somebody's counting on me to make the right move. What matters right now is that, you know what? I said I wanted this thing. I said I wanted to be, affiliated, associated with 1,000+ different law enforcement agencies. I wanted that. right? And I'm going after it. I said I wanted to play for the league, to put my family on, and I'm going after it. And if that means me making sacrifice over here in my personal life, cutting back on the way that I eat, or changing up the way that I eat, that means me not socializing with certain people. That means me not going out to the parties like I would normally do. If that means me like cutting off all the negativity that's going into my mind, into my heart, then I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And this young man did just that. So salute, man, to you, DJ, for real. Like I'm just thinking about, something else that he went on to say. They said, how is it, the lady that's interviewing, she said, how is it that you seem to remain so positive? That was her question to him in this interview. And he said something to the effect, he said, I don't think about the cancer. And he said, the way that my daddy handles me, like he doesn't remind me of the cancer either. Like we know that the diagnosis has been there, but we don't focus on that issue. We focus on the opportunities at hand. So many of us, we're undisciplined when it comes to focusing on the opportunity at hand. You got an opportunity to put your whole family on the map right now. You got an opportunity to be able to take care of your mom like you always dreamt of. You got an opportunity to be able to fulfill that promise that you made to your pops. You got an opportunity to take care of your family, man, an opportunity to actually give back to your community. You got an opportunity. And what happens, because we start looking at the issues, we start looking at maybe the mistakes that happened in the past. We start looking at some of the nagging situations that we're dealing with. We find ourselves taking our eyes off the prize. You know, the minute you take your eyes off the prize, man, you get undisciplined, I promise you, you're going to start to see yourself sink. You are. And I don't want that to be for you, young king. I need you to be disciplined. Disciplined. It's not the distractions that's the issue. It's you being undisciplined and staying focused. That's the issue. The distractions gonna come. They're gonna be there. Don't blame it on the distractions. Blame it on your lack of being disciplined to focus on what really matters. Be disciplined. All right. So what I want you to do right now, man, let me stop sharing this real quick. What I want you to do right now, I just want you to repeat after me this affirmation right here. And then I'm going to give you some of the things in the King's Toolbox today. All right. Repeat after me. My mind is made up. Say it with me, man. My mind is made up. I will continue to stay disciplined. This ain't the time to stay stuck. I lead with integrity, regardless of applause from men. I work for my purpose, not for people's praise. Blood, sweat, and tears will one day lead to championship days. I want you to make sure that you rehearse that one over and over and over again for the rest of this week, man, until we meet up again. I want you to rehearse that. And because when you think about it, so many people, the reason why they find themselves failing, if you will, in life, is because they're undisciplined. And the reason why they're undisciplined is because they got the wrong attitude. The reason why I got the wrong attitude is because they got the wrong stuff going in their mind and it's shaping the wrong attitude. And I want this right here to be something that continues to replay in your mind, man. I promise you, you can have whatever you want as long as you're willing to work for it. But hard work by itself ain't good enough. You got to maintain that discipline over and over and over and over again. And even once you get the results, don't stop. Remain disciplined. I'm gonna tell you, just like my mother-in-law had told my wife, you know, when we had first started dating, she said the same thing you did to get him, you're gonna have to do to keep him. Let that sink in for a minute. The same thing you did to get him, you're gonna have to do to keep him. The same thing you did to get that level of success, those habits that you form, the disciplines that you form, you're gonna have to maintain that. So especially if you did it at a level of excellence, of course, there's levels even to the different habits that you have. Like you can always get better, but I'm saying like you can't go backwards is what I'm saying. You can't begin to go down to the beginner's level of your habits, right? You got to make sure you maintain that, if not make it better. And so for real, one of those habits I want you guys to pick up is watching what you allow to go into your mind. Watching what you're allowed to go into your heart, and start putting things in there through words of affirmation, like the one we just repeated. Continue to put that in you, man. Put it in you. Put it in you. Put it in you. Put it in you. All right. So let's talk about the King's Toolbox for a minute, man. The King's Toolbox, because I think for me, these have been helpful on my side. So first thing I want you to think about, these are 5 keys to disciplined life, man. 5 keys to disciplined life. First, if you want to have a disciplined life, it's super important for you to schedule your standards. What do I mean when I say schedule your standards? I'm saying discipline starts with time. So what does that look like? Well, when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is whatever that may be. For me, I try my best, man, especially when my wife is not having those rough mornings. I try my best to just have solitude. So if you see me get up, one of the first things I'm going to do, I'm going to head to a spot where I'm by myself and it's quiet. I'm not trying to pick up the phone. I'm not trying to grab the laptop. Like, I ain't trying to do no extra work or nothing like that. I'm not trying to get online. It's just straight solitude. But I have 3:55 is my time to get up, man, to make that happen. 5 o'clock, I'm spending time. I'm actually doing 5 o'clock, I'm actually doing journaling, right? Like I'm either journaling or I'm actually reading the word of God. Like I'm spending that time. Discipline starts with time. Discipline starts with time. At 7:30, one of the things that my family and I recently started doing, and we're going to get up, we're going to do some type of Bible study, right? We're going to get in the word. We're going to talk about the word. We're going to pray. We're going to do some along those lines, right? But that's discipline starts with time. Come 9 o'clock, man, my work day, I'm actually at work and I'm doing what I need to do, raising sponsorships, whatever the case may be, setting up speaking engagements, whatever it is, I'm doing those things, right? Discipline. Every night, man, I'm spending time. At least my goal is to be able to spend time with my family at a certain time. Every single night, we're going to eat dinner together, right? I'm telling you, you have to discipline your time. So schedule your standards. Schedule your standards. Set your wake up, your workout, your prayer, and your study time. Set that. All right. And stick to them like your life depends on it. Like that's the biggest thing. Some of us, we'll do it for a little bit, like we'll try it for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves just falling off. That's not discipline, bro. Discipline is saying that you're consistently and persistently doing a thing, whether you feel like it or not. I'm seeing so many people like they talk about, man, I just don't feel like. Bump your feelings, bro. It ain't about what you feel like doing. It's about what you need to do. And you know what you need to do. Nobody has to tell you that. No coach has to tell you that. No professor has to tell you that. Like no parent has to tell you that. Nobody has to tell you what you need to do. You already know. The question is, do you really want to do it? And the better question is, do you want the results that come from you doing that thing that you know you're supposed to do consistently? Do you want those kind of results? Because if you want those kind of results, then you're going to do what you want to do even when you don't feel like it. All right, man. I don't digress, but I'm going to move on to the next point. All right, so number 2, the second key to a disciplined life is to guard your circle. We talked about this last week, man. Your circle, like you got to have a circle of people, like go-to people, man, that you can really like be who you desire to be around, right? Who you can be your authentic and genuine self, but you can also, they're going to help stretch you and help you to grow into that person that you want to be. So it's not going to just be that they accept you. It's going to be that they actually give you accountability as well. That's the kind of people you want. You don't want the people in your circle. It's like, it's okay if you don't. But yeah, I understand. And every excuse you pull out your butt, they in agreement with, like, I can see where you're coming from. No, you don't want that, man. You don't. I mean, I'm just being real with you. Like, you want the type of people that's going to tell you like it is, even if they piss you off. You want those type of people in your circle. So guard your circle, man. Undisciplined friends will ruin your focus. I'm going to say that one more time. Undisciplined, quote unquote, friends will ruin your focus. So you got to guard it. All right. Kings walk with kings, man. We ain't walking with no clowns, bruh. We don't do it. We don't do it, man. Kings walk with kings. All right. Number 3, You got to cut off comfort. I get it, man. I was having this conversation with my oldest son the other day. I think it was last night. I was like, bro, listen, man. One of the mentors I had, he said, listen, you shouldn't have no TV in your house if you ain't making $20,000 a month. What'd you say? He said, you shouldn't even have a TV in your house if you're not making at least $20,000 a month. This is one of my business mentors. I said, oh, all right. Like, think about that for a moment, man. We got to cut off comfort. Why? Because the comfort, that's the enemy to growth. And we remain in a place where it just feels good. Listen, that ain't a place for you to grow. That's not an environment which you can grow in. You want something that's going to challenge you. You want something that's going to stimulate growth. And comfort ain't it. It's going to rob you of that every single time, man. So the thing that you got to do is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, comfortable with being held accountable, comfortable with being challenged, comfortable with receiving constructive criticism. I know that coach got on your butt and he chewed you out like in front of everybody. Okay, and that was uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, this straight up pissed you off and you were ready just to take off shoulder pads and just, man, I'm done. I quit football. Don't do that. It has to be uncomfortable. It has to be. And you're going to be all right. All right, you're going to be all right. I'm not saying just accept any kind of mistreatment. Mistreatment and holding you accountable are two different things, right? So you be the judge of that, but use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Use wisdom. All right, number four, the fourth key to a disciplined life is to do what you said you do. All right, to do it, man. Be a man of your word. Be a man of your word. I got to be careful because I be overcommitting like a mug. Matter of fact, the other day I told my son, I said, man, you need an edge up. You know, I even told one of them, I'm going to edge you up because I be cutting the hair and stuff, right? It's like, man, I'm going to edge you up. Man, 3 days later, I still ain't edged up his head. Well, 2 days. 2 days later, I still ain't edged up his head. So now, me saying that, I'm like, bro, I'm going to go make sure I edge up that boy's head, right? Right? But no, do what you said you're going to do. It may sound a little funny, but the truth is, man, we got to be a man of our word, period. Whatever you say you're going to do, make sure you back it up. Even when you don't feel like it. I can be dead dog tired. No, I told you I was going to edge you up. Let me go do it. Why? Because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If I'm going to skip out on keeping my word with edging up my son's head, then I'm probably going to skip out on paying my employees. I'm going to skip out, on making good with the promise that I made to my wife or whatever the case may be. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So make sure you do what you said you're going to do. All right. And the last one, number 5, the fifth key to a disciplined life is honor the hard. This is probably one of my favorites right here, man. Honor the hard. See, so many people, they fall in love with the results. Like, man, I just can't wait to this and this and this. Right, man, it's gonna be amazing when I can get drafted by the NFL. It's gonna be amazing when I get drafted, by the NBA. Right? They fall in love with the dream, but they never fall in love with the process from which that dream is birthed, in which that dream is birthed. Like they never fall in love with the process. And so you gotta honor that, man. Honoring the hard is you falling in love with the process. All the different things you got to do, all the sacrifices required of you. Can I be honest with you? My wife keeps waking up in the middle of the night, y'all, because of the disorder that she has, the incurable hereditary disorder that she has. It causes her to be uncomfortable a lot. She's agitated, she's frustrated, and all this kind of stuff. She's up constantly, and she'll belt out this cry, or she'll be, like persistently asking for help, and to the point where I have to wake up, and I'm waking up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in a night. No lie. One time I counted 14 times I woke up in the middle of the night to help her. And I'm just saying, like, that's part of the process of me being her husband, right? That's part of the process. And so I get up and I have to catch myself and put my feelings, like check my emotions and say, nah, bro, like I know you're tired, but that's still your wife. And the vows that you made to your wife 24, 25 years ago almost, Like you still got to uphold those vows. That was your word, bro. And so I'm learning to honor the hard. I'm learning to really fall in love with the process. Man, in my mind, one of the things I do to try to trick myself, if you will, and to really honor in the hard, I started to let my imagination go into the future where I'm like, man, yeah, one day we're gonna look back on this man and she's gonna be able to say, boy, you took so good care of me. Like I be thinking that, you know, we over there, I'm over here rubbing her feet is what I'm imagining. We on the couch, like, man, boy, you just don't know. Right. And those types of thoughts, like they inspire me, man, to just really honor the heart, to really fall in love with the process. Like one day this is gonna be over, man. And we're gonna be able to laugh, we're gonna be able to enjoy the memories. We're gonna be able to say, you know what, we made it out together, right? That drives me. So for you, man, maybe that's what it takes. Maybe it takes for you to begin to imagine, like when you're going through the grind and you're carrying the weight of greatness on you, and you're like, man, this is heavy, it's unbearable. I'm ready to just throw in the towel. I'm ready to tap. Just begin to just breathe. And then let your imagination run wild. What does it look like on the other side of this? Man, everything I wanted. I'm able to fulfill my promise to my dad. I'm able to take care of my mama. I'm able to put my city on the map. Man, like for real, that's good. And keep meditating on that right there. And what you'll find yourself doing is you start to appreciate the stuff that you're going through because you see that it's actually being used to make you a better person. It's actually being used to make you sharper, to make you stronger, to make you more reliable, to make you more durable, right? And that's what you want. Yep. So that's what you got right there, man. We got those 5 keys to a disciplined life is schedule your standards, guard your circle, cut off comfort, do what you said you do, and then honor the heart. All right, honor the heart. Man, with all that being said, this is my call to action for y'all, man. I really want you to listen to this part right here. First of all, I want you to put in the chat, no shortcuts. Just put that in the chat for me, man. No shortcuts. Like from here on out, no shortcuts. Yep, just drop a comment and say no shortcuts because it's critical. All right, no shortcuts, not even just like I say in whatever sport you're playing. I'm saying no shortcuts, period. No more. I know you can take the elevator, you know what I'm saying, and you can go like, no, like take the steps, right? Take the steps, right? No shortcuts. All right. And the last thing I'm gonna leave you with is this right here. You're not average. Listen to me, young king. You're not average. You being the first to do what you're doing, you're not average. Because if you're average, you wouldn't be the first to do what you're doing. You'd be the 1,000th person to do what you're doing, right? In your family. You're not average. You'd be the 10th million or the 10 millionth person, right? In your community to do whatever you're doing if you're average. You're not average. All right, you're not average. I like to put it this way, man, you're a thoroughbred. You know what I'm saying? Like a thoroughbred champion. And when it comes to thoroughbreds, like you don't just give them anything. Like you don't just have just a regular regimen or a regular routine. You don't. You don't, man. You don't. So you are the first to do this thing, and that type of pressure and weight that you carry because you're the first, it demands routine, it demands discipline. So make sure you focus on being disciplined. I told you, man, listen, you are a winner, but winning is a choice. So whatever you do not quit. It's Coach D. I catch you same time next week. Real Talk Tuesday, live right here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And other than that,